VLANs, or virtual LANs, are like having separate tables at a big restaurant with one long counter. They allow you to divide a single physical switch into multiple isolated broadcast domains, saving you from the chaos of managing separate hardware for each domain. Imagine a switch with 48 ports. VLANs let you break that up into, let's say, 10 different VLANs, each acting as if it's on its own switch. They reduce broadcast traffic, keep departments secure by isolating them, and are absolutely essential in modern enterprise networks. If you're aiming for your CCNA, mastering VLANs is a must. You'll need to know how to set them up and understand how trunking allows them to span multiple switches. Picture your network switch as a big open-plan office. Without VLANs, whenever someone in that office wants to share a message, they have to yell it across the entire space. Everyone hears it, even if it's just meant for one person. That's what happens when all devices are in a single broadcast domain. Enter VLANs, which act like dividers, creating individual meeting rooms with soundproof walls. Each VLAN is its own broadcast domain, so conversations in one room, like VLAN 10, stay private within that room. If someone in VLAN 10 wants to chat with someone in VLAN 20, they'll need to use a middleman. Imagine stepping out to a reception desk, which in networking terms is a router or a layer 3 switch. Access ports are like regular doors leading into these specific rooms. They're tied to one VLAN and handle untagged traffic, akin to people walking straight into their designated meeting room. Trunk ports, on the other hand, are like the hallways connecting all these rooms. They carry tagged traffic for multiple VLANs using the 802.1q standard, similar to having a keycard that lets you enter various meeting rooms as you navigate through the office. Setting up a VLAN on Cisco iOS is like planning a night out at a restaurant. You've got a two-step process. First, you create the VLAN in the VLAN database, like reserving a table. Jump into global config mode and type VLAN 10. Once you've reserved that spot, give it a creative name, like engineering. Next up, you need to assign access ports to this VLAN, just like seating your guests at the table when they arrive. To make sure everything's on track, use Show VLAN Brief. Think of it as your maitre d', showing you a list of all VLANs, their status, and which ports are filled. If you see active, your VLAN is good to go. Keep in mind, VLANs 1 and 1002.5 are like those reserved tables that you can't use. Stick with VLANs from 2 to 1001 for your work. So when you want to connect VLANs across multiple switches, you're going to need a trunk link between them. Imagine switch 1 has engineering on VLAN 10 and sales on VLAN 20. Over on switch 2, you've got the same setup. Engineering folks on VLAN 10 and sales on VLAN 20. Now the link between these two switches is like a trunk, carrying frames with little tags, thanks to 802.1q for both VLAN 10 and VLAN 20. If an engineering team member on VLAN 10 on switch 1 wants to send a message to someone in VLAN 10 on switch 2, the data frame gets tagged with VLAN 10 as it makes its journey across the trunk. Once it arrives at the destination switch, the tag is gently removed before delivery. Think of it like sending a package with a special label that magically disappears before it's handed over to the recipient. Let's dive into 5 VLAN traps you need to sidestep. First, VLAN 1. It's the default VLAN you can't get rid of. Think of it like the family home you can't sell. Always there, but not where you want to host your big events. It's smart to move your management duties to a different VLAN. Now, if you don't assign a port to any VLAN, guess where it lands? Right back in VLAN 1. It's like the default ringtone on your phone that keeps coming back no matter how often you change it. Moving on to number 3. For traffic to traverse a trunk, the VLANs have to be listed in the VLAN database on both switches. Imagine trying to cross a bridge that only has one end. You're not getting far. Fourth, the native VLAN carries untagged traffic over a trunk. Both sides have to agree on which VLAN that is, or you'll face a native VLAN mismatch. And that's a security headache you don't need. It's like trying to open your hotel room with someone else's key. You're just not getting inside. Finally, VLANs 1002 through 5 are off limits. They're reserved for token ring and FDDI. Think of them as the VIP seats at a concert you can't attend. Just steer clear of those. That's VLANs in a nutshell. Access ports, trunk ports, configuring them, and all the quirks of VLAN 1 and native VLANs. Now, why not swing by Courseiva.com and challenge yourself with some CCNA practice questions? You're on the right track.